Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, our journey to self-realization. Please subscribe our channel for the mystical meanings of the scriptures and to enjoy daily satsang with us. We are currently exploring the book The Mystery of the Soul, Katha Upanishad, commentaries by Swami Jyotirmayananda ji, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. We are currently on chapter 2, section 1, mantra number 1. The mind has two parts, the desire mind and the pure mind. It is the desire mind that sustains the outgoing movements of the senses. You want something, you are agitated as a result, and now all the vrittis, thought waves, are external, rajasic. As long as the mind is involved in the objects of the world through the outgoing senses, so long it is impossible to behold the self, since that journey is inwards. As long as there is a dust cloud, it is impossible to see the sun, even though the diffused light of the sun itself is responsible for the perception of the dust cloud. The bare fact you're seeing the dust cloud is because the sun is behind it, isn't it? And still you will say, the sun didn't come up today, it's gloomy. But the sun is making the light. In the same way, even though the self continues to illumine even the most confused states of mind, yet from the point of view of the individual, only when the dust of rajas subsides can the sun of self be realized. In the Bhagavad Gita also, the gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, are dealt in great detail. Lord Krishna has put in 3 or 4 chapters talking about these gunas and how they pervade in Maya, illusion. So that's very important to control our rajasic tendencies if we want to walk on this journey and to enjoy the nectar of bliss that resides within you. The tendency of the senses towards the objects is natural in all human beings. Therefore, an aspirant must gather a unique form of strength in order to turn the senses away from the objects of the world. That takes patience, effort, stamina, willpower, discipline, all of the above. This strength is derived from the practice of discrimination and dispassion. In Sanskrit, we call it Viveka and Vairagya, discrimination, dispassion. Only in a human embodiment it's possible, mind you. The animals cannot do this. We have this blessing. An aspirant intensifies his Vairagya or dispassion by reflecting upon the perishability of all objects. Think about it. Are you here permanently? Will you die one day? And if you will, what should be you doing that really matters to you, rather than spending countless hours in gossiping or wasting time or running after sense objects? He discovers that all the enjoyments of the world, since they are the fruits of egoistic pursuits, are perishable. So, as our mind becomes introspective, it realizes on the depth, the transience of things. Even the joys of the celestial realms terminate when one's good karma is exhausted. So, even people who desire to go to heaven have to come back, just like your car. When the gas is about to terminate, comes to its reserve, you have to go to a gas station no matter where you are. Much in the same way, this world of death, we call it the dharti, earth plane, mrityu loka, world of death. Even an ant to an elephant to a plant, we all are created and we end. So therefore, ponder over this mystery and work on what's important. As the pressure of the desire mind is released, the purity of the higher mind begins to assert itself. The universal vision of cosmic mind begins to pour its illuminating light into the individual mind through the windows of meditation and samadhi. This is what is a gradual process. We have to release the desires in the mind slowly. You cannot suddenly pull the plug, but you have to purify, and that's a gradual process. When the light comes in, gently, that through meditation, through samadhi, you will find a better option. You will find more peace in that journey. Therefore, these desires will fade away. Thus, the higher mind has the ability to control the senses and remove the dust clouds raised by rajas. This is the process. So, therefore, a true hero or a dhira in the battle of life is endowed with the strength of viveka and vairagya and is able to withdraw his senses from the objects of the world. When the lure of the objects is understood by the mind, the desires are sublimated into a process of spiritual aspiration. A yogi is no longer desirous of the world that is perishable. He aspires for immortality. Such a hero who exists to attain the infinite wealth of divine wisdom and the unbounded bliss of the self is truly wise among men. Even gods envy the glorious attainment of a yogi. Think about that, because this illusion, this maya, these forces of the senses are so strong that yogis are rare. Therefore, enlightened people are rare. If you find one, that is the greatest blessing you can find. For if you, and then you have to work for it too. Otherwise, the best of the enlightened people will come and go, and you will remain the same. So, they are called heroes, the yogis. They are fighting the real battle of life and death, and then they emerge victorious by attaining self realization and thereby terminating the cycles of life and death. Mantra number 2. Children run after the outgoing objects of desire and fall into the widespread snares of death. But wise men, having known the immortal self, do not crave for perishable objects of the world. Yama continues to emphasize why this journey is so mystic. And remember, he didn't want to share it with Nachiketa, but Nachiketa was qualified. He earned it, and he gave up every temptation, and therefore Yama shared this knowledge with him. How blessed are we all that we are getting this knowledge through the satsanga and through the effort of these sages over so many different scriptures, and through such effort all we have to do is to introspect. So, the objects of the world are adhruvam, meaning perishable, not firm, not fixed, while the attainment of self realization is dhruvam, meaning imperishable, fixed. Once you know the North Star, you can know all the directions. So, know where you are going, who you are, what is your direction in life, what's your mission in life, why are you born, who are you? These are the questions. If you start asking yourself, then mystically your life will change for the positive. You will be successful in the world, but more importantly, you will also have tools, wings to fly, where you can perch on a branch but also fly when needed. And this is what enlightened people do. They serve selflessly in a beautiful way, make a big difference. Every action of theirs is for others, and yet inwardly they are not attached to anything. They are free like a bird, they fly away. Such is the glory of this knowledge. Ignorant people run after the perishable objects of the world. They are like children building castles of sand by the seashore. Think about it. We used to do this in the beach when we were young. You would make all these castles, one wave comes and everything gets shattered. One wave of death. Aren't we doing the same thing? Bigger houses, bigger castles, beautiful furniture, nice kids, nice family, all that is okay. Enjoy the castle, but also be ready for the wave when it comes. Don't be attached. That's the key. The happiness that is conceived in the objects of the world is like a mirage. Mirage is what? It appears real, but then there is nothing there. That's what a mirage is. And with this, we will continue the satsanga tomorrow from mantra number 2, section 2, chapter 2, section 1. Mantra 2. This is Swami Nikhilananda. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful and deep scripture. Upanishad. Upanishads are the cream of the Vedas, the cream, the essence that helps you get enlightened, which is how blessed we all are that we are enjoying this beautiful wisdom from our worshipful Guru Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj. Hari Om Tat Sat.